A warehouse in Ontario was set ablaze because of $18 wage per hour. Let me walk you through the story. Chanel Abdulkarim was a worker for Kimberly Clark. If you don't know Kimberly Clark, they produce toiletries in the US and Canada and what have you. They export to many other countries. Yeah. So this warehouse was located in Ontario, sitting on a 1.2 million square foot. If you don't know how big a million, $1.2 million square foot is, let me show you. Let's take a look at how big the Wembley is, the Wembley Stadium. Yeah, the Wembley Stadium, multiply it by 15 times and add another 15.6 times. That's how big 1.2 million square foot is. All this has been burned down by one man, Chanel Abdulkarim. What was his reason? The reason why he did that was that he felt overworked and underpaid. Overworked and underpaid. So, for the best way for him to vent his anger is to set a 1.2 million square foot ablaze to burn everything, because it's made of papers. It burns so fast that it took 175 firefighters to come and make sure the fire is under control before it spreads to other properties. Yeah. So Kimberly Clark has released one which stated that nobody was hurt, no death was recorded, no injuries, because they were just 20 workers on duty that night. That was a night shift. That's why Abdul Karim was able to cause such a huge damage. The cost involved of the 1.2 million square foot whole cost of everything that was burnt into ash is estimated to be 500 to 600 million because of $18 wage per hour. The people are saying that what he did, he's right. Others are saying that he did not do the right thing. He could equally leave the job and get into another job, or better still, just stop it, or communicate with managers and management so that they can add something to a bar. He didn't do any of these, but burn everything to ash. Watch the video for me.
Not gonna pay us enough to live or afford to live. At least pay us enough not to do this. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. Here goes your inventory.
Let's see the after image of everything after everything has been burned down. Let's see everything is gone right here. There's nothing to be treated because papers can burn so easily. Yeah. So all he was requesting for was the management to pay him fairly, not underpaying him, overpaying him, but fairly a balanced way to take care of his bills, groceries, rent, and internet, and what have you. Yeah. So some people are saying to a large extent he's right. Some are saying that some are bashing him actually that he didn't do the right thing. Right now he's facing charges of arson. Yeah, setting fire into property intentionally. So yeah, he hasn't pleaded guilty. Yeah, he not pleading guilty doesn't mean that he's innocent. No, he's not innocent. Investigations are still going to get evidence beyond reasonable doubt so that he can be prosecuted. And in California, arson is a very serious felony. Yeah, so they are looking into the matter so that they can carry the final verdict so fast, so that his fate. So In California, if you commit an arson, you can get life in prison. Yeah, if you are not lucky, you get life in prison. And if you are lucky, that's if you are lucky, you get a 10-year sentence, and that's it. Yeah. So if you are a worker working for somebody, and if you can't work anymore because of the low wage, just leave if you don't want any trouble. And if you are an employer too, watching this video, kindly know that you have to pay fair wages for your workers to live a good life. But if not, something worse will happen. Experts are saying that this is the last stage of capitalism, where if you pay very, very low wages to your workers, they are liable to destroy properties, prevent their frustration. So yeah, of late, because the high ups are setting up to increase wages, but they haven't given any update on that. So here is Movie Talk. The name is Richard. Kindly like, subscribe, let me know your comments, follow the family.